I'm here with Sarah McManus. We are going to discuss her upcoming coursework she's doing in emergency response overview at the June 3-4 workshop for women in security at the UCLA Luskin Center in Los Angeles. Sarah, good morning. How are you? I hope all is well.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good. And so can you give people a little bit about your background, who you are, and well, what got you into this a little bit?
Sure. So I have spent about the last 20 years, I'm prior military. I have a background in intelligence, law enforcement, and emergency management. I've also got a secondary background that I've kind of done off of the professional military side of the house and disaster response in quite a few different advocacy programs.
I see. So
Yes,
in your training, who is the intended audience for this training, so that they know exactly if it's for them and what they should expect?
Absolutely. So the intended audience is more government officials. Federal officials would be great because they can kind of help facilitate the discussion. Academics and researchers, NGOs, industry professionals, the type of shareholders that are within a emergency operating center when it comes to incident command and unified command.
Right. Now, is there any prerequisites for them?
No, sir, there's no prerequisites.
Okay. And so what emergency management framework is in your training program, so that they may have a brief understanding of it?
Sure. So we're going to talk about the overview of basically the emergency response continuum for when the incident occurs. Once the notification is done to the National Response Center, and then the subsequent response elements and key shareholders that come in based on the complexity of the incident.
I see. So is there a difference between like an incident command or a unified command in the seminar that you're going to be talking about?
So there is a difference. So unified command, we will talk about sort of the brief overview of what that entails and how a incident command or incident commander is identified to do the overall managerial aspect of the incident control.
I see. So how does the emergency support function play a role in emergency response?
The emergency support function, so there's quite a few. There's 15 in total in accordance with ICS and NEMS. So the emergency support functions provide a structure for coordinating federal interagency support for the federal response to an incident. And there's a total of 15, everybody ranging from transportation to communications, firefighters, on-ground emergency management, first responders, long-term continuity recovery, and there's very singular functional areas that operate cohesively to ensure that all aspects of the emergency response is done.
I see. And so what are some of the security challenges that may be faced during an emergency response? And what are some of the potential solutions to address these challenges?
So some of the biggest challenges, obviously, when you respond to a emergency, whether it's going to be man-made, a natural disaster, some sort of hybrid situation, there's going to be security to or potential security risk to your health, to you physically, things of that nature. So realistically, it's about training within your organization to ensure that you can respond safely and sort of mitigate all the risk that may be present within the environment, geographically, within the infrastructure, things of that. So this training program is going to be about 30 minutes. There will be a facilitated conversation after the block of instruction is given, so we can kind of talk about the security challenges and the solutions that we face within emergency management.
Okay. So can you talk a little bit about the overview for incident complexity? I think, did you talk about what factors are used to identify incident complexity?
Sure. So initially, whether it is for preparation or for training or for on-ground assessment, there's 5 types of incident complexity. And some of the things that go into that analysis is the geographic area, the level of threat to life and property, political sensitivity, organizational, complexity, weather, strategy, and tactics. So there's a plethora of scenarios that need to be analyzed in order to kind of categorize what type of incident that we are going to be facing. So there's going to be 5 types.
I see. And I guess we'll save all that for the actual workshop coming up. So again, I'm here with Sarah McManus. She is a 20-year veteran with experience in law enforcement, emergency response, intelligence security. And we will get to hear her presentation at the upcoming UCLA Luskin Center, June 3-4. And this video promo will be out there. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to Sarah yourself about the program coming up. And don't forget to RSVP. Seats are filling up. And I think that's all we have the time for today. And I appreciate your time, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.